you learn the words. There's no need to be unkind here this evening. We have a lovely audience and we are blessed to be here. And now we have a wonderful inspirational poet who is going to come up and share some of his original poetry with us. It's Raymond.
It's about full moons on Squam.
It is. It's lovely, Ray. Where are you, honey? Oh, he's right behind us, sweetie. All right, here you
go. Good evening, Little Church Theater patrons. Those of you who know me from my work around Squam Lake know I like to talk. I like to give opinion. I like to give direction. I like to criticize constructively. I also like to write and recite poetry and stories. On the poetry issue, I have 4 basic rules in my poetry that I like to adhere to so that all my poems can be remembered by the old, the young, everyone. The first, the poem must be short to be remembered. The second, the poem should have no complex words nor phrases. Third, the poem should have good rhythm. And fourth, for me, the poem must rhyme. A number of years ago, I composed a series of poems about full moons over Squam Lake. 12 poems, 1 for each month, 1 for each moon. Tonight, for your enjoyment, I would like to recite the full moon poems, the summertime series of the poems, May through September. The full moon of May is the full flower moon, or the flower moon, and the poem is entitled Full Flower Moon. At the Holderness town beach, near the end of May, a bright orange sky ends a perfect spring day. The full flower moon crosses the sky tonight, Squam's glossy dark surface gently reflecting this light. A loon's lovesick call echoes from across the bay, calling out for a mate by his side to stay. 2 ducks make a splash descending in from flight. The birds of Squam Lake can sense that summer's within sight. So hear the loon call and watch the duck fly and view the full moon traveling across the night sky. These things indicate that summer's well on its way, starting with the full flower moon in the twilight of May. Thank you. The full moon of June is the strawberry moon. And allow me to set the scene a little bit for this poem. Grandma has a camp on Squam Lake, and this weekend, 6-year-old granddaughter is visiting. Grandma and granddaughter are down by Squam shore watching the full moon of June rise. Grandma puts her arm around granddaughter and recites the poem, Mrs. Strawberry Vine. Mrs. Strawberry Vine looks out over Squam from her home top a rock near the shore. The wonderful brilliance of this night keeps the summertime plant awake for a little bit more. The night sky she views as she cuddles young fruit is filled with the full moon of June. And now this wild vine falls asleep with her young top a rock under the strawberry moon. Thank you. The full moon of July, because of the unsettled weather in this area, is called the thunder moon. And Jerry and Alan English, may I borrow your camp for this poem? Thank you. The poem is entitled Thunder Moon. It is late July and very hot at Camp Arcady tonight. The waves out on Big Squam Lake are nervous and capped with white. Wind whips the trees and chases the clouds through the humid nighttime sky. And then the rain starts and we run to Jerry's camp to wait for the storm to go by. Lightning's quick flash, drumming of the rain, the mountains echo with thunder. Sitting safe in Alan's camp, looking out at this storm about nature's fury, we wonder. This summertime storm that has caused so much noise soon travels on out of sight. Running over the hills to the next place this storm will terrorize tonight. Squam Lake is now calm. The trees standing still. All we hear are the calls of the loon. And up in the sky appears the sight we all were invited to Arcady for, July's full thunder moon. The full moon, in my experience, the full moon has been called many different things in many parts of the country. For instance, down by the ocean, they may call it the sturgeon moon. Out in California, I don't know. In the middle of New Hampshire, we call the August moon, at least I do, the full green corn moon. And the poem is entitled for August. It's entitled The Teacher. The paths my life have followed have taken me the world around. I am now content to live and work in Ashland, my hometown. Many nights I'm drawn to my favorite spot on the shores of this community's beach, to look over the waves and up to the stars to see what they may teach. And tonight, the stars are calling, saying that the lesson will start soon. 'Tis going to be a special teacher named Professor August Full Green Corn Moon. And the last poem, the poem of September. Many times the full moon of September is called different things depending on where the moon, what time of the month the moon is full. My poem is the full harvest moon. And the harvest moon is the moon closest to the fall equinox. The years that I wrote this poem, this series of poetry, it was the full harvest moon in September. And the poem is entitled An Old Friend. And I like this poem the best because I think it nails my aspect of poetry. Short, got good rhythm, no complex words, and it rhymes. An old friend. Tonight, I meet up with an old friend. We get together one time a year. I'm standing on the shores of Squam Lake because we always plan to meet here. As summer turns into autumn, for one night our friendship will shine. It is the full harvest moon of September that is this very dear friend of mine. Good night.
Thank you, Ray. That was wonderful. Charming. Absolutely charming.
Make sure you get a good shot of me.
All right, now, y'all have been a wonderful audience. We're going to have a couple more numbers from Erica, and then we'll do another sing-along, and our evening will just about be over. But Erica's got a couple lovely numbers here that I hope you would just really settle in and enjoy as we get ready to sort of